Why does Sunday exist? Wouldn't it be more useful to just work all the time? Why do songs have BPMs in between, let's say 60 to maybe 180? Why do we sleep at night but are awake during the day? A rhythm is basically a frequency of doing something and then not doing something. The question I want to ask is, why are there so many rhythms? The broader answer probably is that sometimes there are things and then these things are not. One could call this a spectrum. One could call this a value. If I strength train every second day, then it seems testosterone with a 2-day frequency. One day I'm slightly more aggressive. One could also call this testosteronergic. And the next day I'm calmer, but then I wanna really go running or swimming. On the days on which I am aggressive, I'm also more aggressive towards, lifting weights, but not so much aggressive towards running. On the running days I'm more stressed. On the lifting days, especially if I come close to the 48-hour mark, I often am disgusted with myself, with the world. One could guess that at least some of these effects are testosterone modulated. So why do we then sleep at night? And the answer I couldn't figure out for quite some time, but now I think it's fairly obvious. Every machine can either work at full capacity or do not. The question now arises, when is it optimal to work? And also how long? Now, given that the Earth rotates around the Sun and also around its own axis, there is day and night. Now, because there is day and night, which probably mostly caused by the Sun, sometimes being there and sometimes not being there, but of course the Sun is always there. It just is not shining when we are facing the universe. So the reason we sleep at night, probably, one could guess at least, is pretty simple. Because at night, you can see, it's cold, everybody else is also asleep, and so the risk of injury would be significantly higher. It's probably easier to develop eyes with the ability to see more photons compared to going very low into sensitivity. The grain on film, these are errors. It's misinterpretation. I, for quite some time, couldn't figure out when to schedule backing up my notebook. Should I do it all the time? But then, of course, it takes CPU usage away for all the time I'm using my notebook. Should I schedule it for 3 hours on a Sunday? But then the notebook is not usable at all. What if then I need to work? And with sleep, I guess, it's the same. You're just using, given the constraints, the different time slots that are available for different activities. It's much harder to see when it's dark. But